record on this computer. Okay, so we are recording. So welcome everybody. Some of you know who I am. A lot of you probably don't. My name is Dusty Duncan. I am a Sapphire on the butterfly team. My sponsor happens to be Tammy Elmore, who I love so very much. She has given me so much over the years. For some of you that don't know, I've been a part of Plexus since 2013. I live in Oklahoma, and I've just been blessed to meet so many people through Plexus that have just truly blessed my life. I just returned back today, actually just a couple hours ago, from Florida at Leaders Retreat, and that was such an amazing time. Lots of fellowship with other ambassadors there, lots of fellowship with team members, and then fun family time too. So it was a great experience. It was fast and furious, but you know what? That's just life, right? All of our lives are busy. So I really was thinking I woke up this morning at like 5 a.m. Florida time, so that's 4 a.m. Oklahoma time. And I was thinking, what in the world am I going to share about tonight? Because there's just so many things we can talk about, right? And my day kind of dictated what I want to share with you guys today. See, when we got to the airport, the lines were long. We wound up waiting forever just to get through TSA, through the checkpoints. Then we got on the airplane, and it was delayed for an hour. We came this close to missing our connecting flight in Houston. We literally ran from Terminal E to Terminal C. And I thought, as I'm sitting there breathing hard and having sweat running down my back, thinking, oh my God, I am getting home to my little boys, which, well, they're 12 and 16. I'm mad I call them little boys. But all I could think of was just get home to my boys. And why were so many things happening to stop me from making it happen? And so it triggered me. This is what we're supposed to talk about tonight, because how many of us let our busy days or our busy life, our busy work schedules, kids' schedules, things that the devil throws in front of us to slow us down from getting to where we want to go, stop us from working our business? I think if we all raise your hand, if you've just let your day let you rule, where you didn't do your IPAs, your follow-ups. And if you really think about it, how many days have you let that happen? That affects consistency, right? So today, I could have easily given up 1,000 times and just sat down in the airport and said, I give up. You know what? Somebody just let me know when this is going to end. I'm going to go back to sleep, and I'm going to start over tomorrow to try to get home. It would have been really easy to do that. But I was focused on getting home to my kids, right? Because I was blessed to have Tammy have my oldest son, who I think has been living the dream for the last few days. So I don't think he really cared if I came home or not, but I wanted to get home to him. My youngest son was with some friends in Arkansas having a great time, but they were both going to come home today. And all I could think about was I hadn't seen them in days. And so my goal was to get home to them, right? So it was easy for me to say, okay, no, I'm not going to sit down in this airport. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to get to my end goal. So it is just like us. We have these things that we want when we join Plexus, right? We want a better, maybe we join for retirement. Maybe we join to be that stay-at-home mom. Maybe we join to pay off student loans. Whatever it is, your why is all different. It has to be at the forefront of what you're doing so that you do not give up and you do not let all those things that come in front of you stop you from doing what you need to do to be successful. And it's not just life's mishaps that get thrown in front of us that stop us from doing it. We let fear stop us from doing so much. And what I'm going to share with you tonight may not be pivotal, excuse me, to some of you, because maybe you've heard it already. Some of you have never heard it, but you've got to remember, if you've heard this kind of stuff before, you're probably hearing it again because you need to remind yourself, but you also need to share it with somebody on your team or share it with a member that is fearful of joining you in this opportunity because they share the same kind of fears of being successful or failure or whatever it is, or they're too busy to do it, right? We know that every one of us makes time for everything that we want to do, and we don't make time for things that we really don't want to do, right? So just always remember to keep that why at the forefront, because like I said, I could have given up today, but all I wanted to do was get home to see my little boys. So you need to keep your why at your forefront and remember that every day, and don't let that busy life, the busy work schedule, the hectic things with the kids, whatever it is, get in the way and make you stop what you need to do. But you also need to not let fear get in the way. One of the biggest things I've learned on this journey is I felt a lot of fear. I'm here to tell you that. And some of you are thinking, oh yeah, well, whatever, you work through it, right? It took a ton of work. You have no idea how many things that I did that scared the holy living daylights out of me. I would go and do it, and then when I was done, I would go back to wherever I was staying. If I came home, or I was staying at a hotel, wherever I was, and I would cry because I couldn't believe I just did that. So you guys don't even understand the fears that I faced because one, I was shy, quiet, only child. I can give you a list of reasons of why I couldn't do this business, but then I can give you just as many reasons on why I should do the business. And number one, my boys, so that they didn't end up being like their mom, holding themselves back. If they see me being successful, they'll know that they can chase their dreams and push through their fears, right? So, guys, just when it comes to the fears, most of you feel like it's fear because I don't know what to tell people. Don't let the fear of don't know what to tell people hold you back. And I'm going to tell you a simple way for you to be able to push past that fear. What do people know the most about? Themselves. I know the most about me more than anything else that I know, right? Brooke knows the most about herself more than anything else she does. Even though she's a vet student, she knows a lot about that, but she knows more about herself than anything else, right? So when you go to talk to somebody about Plexus, I say if you know them, strike up the conversation about something you know that they do, and just start talking to them in a natural manner. Inevitably, everybody tells you something whenever you strike up that conversation. They talk about their health, because you're going to ask, hey, how you doing? How you feeling? How's things going? They're going to start talking to you about themselves. They will reveal something that you know Plexus will help with. Energy, weight loss, a sickness, an illness, immune problems, financial issues. The list goes on. You guys all know it. You've been in Plexus long enough. You know what the list is. All you have to do is take the deep breath when they open the door and say, what if I had something that would help with that? It's that simple. They're going to ask you what you have, and you just can usually simply say it's energy. Hey, Plexus, I started using the products. It helped me with energy levels. Use it on yourself. If it's not energy that you got, my friend, she took the product, she got amazing energy. What if it worked for you? It is that simple. You do not have to know everything, like we've told you 1,000 times, to be successful in this business. But you have to remember, as you start to do this and push past the fears, we all have this, I don't know if you can see this, hopefully you can. This is the rubber band that goes in my hair. But this is what I say is the comfort zone. We're all in this little bitty bubble. But every time you talk to somebody else about Plexus, or post about it, or do a video, whatever it is you're trying to do, that comfort zone expands a little, right? It gets bigger and bigger and bigger every time you do something. Now it does shrink down some, but if you guys think about it, every time you use this hairband, what does it do? It gets a little bigger, bigger. And then you eventually have to get a new one, right? Because it's so stretched out. Well, that's the same with your comfort zones. The more I push my comfort zones personally, the more comfortable I got with them. Guys, it's the same way with fear. If you don't ever do something to push yourself past it, I don't care if it's the littlest thing as just smiling to somebody, waving to somebody you don't know, that is going to stretch that comfort zone to get you more comfortable to be able to share with people. All right? So nobody knows this fear thing better than this girl right here. So I can definitely sympathize. But if you put that big why at the forefront, there isn't anything you wouldn't do, right? This is why they say your why must make you cry. Every time I think about my kids, I want them to see their mother as being successful so that they have that same thing. So you just think about your why, keep it at your forefront, and start pushing past those comfort zones. And don't let the bad days hold you back, because this is what I think. The devil, and forgive me if you don't feel this way, but The devil is going to stop you or slow you down from anything he thinks you'll be good at, or that you want to be successful in life. So you have to push through those bad things to get to the good things and show him that you are not stopping me today. You are not getting me today. I am going to do my stuff. Now, some of you are still thinking, well, it's still hard for me. That what if I had something that could help you would still be hard to get out. But here's the thing. I'm going to tell you something that has been a secret. It's not a secret. I've shared it with lots of people, but it was something that I came up with that has really helped me. You only have to be brave for 20 seconds to get those words out. 20 seconds. That's it. Because if you can blurt those out, they're going to come back with something. And then you just relax, be natural, and hold a conversation with them. It's not scary because they're not going to bite you. And even if they tell you no, you're not going to die. I've been told more times than I can count. And I'm still alive and living through it. All right? So, guys, this is something that I want you to start celebrating. Each time you go out and talk to somebody, or each time you voice message somebody, because I always encourage people, voice message is the way to go if you can't talk to them in person or on the phone. Use the voice message, because once you hit that start, you can't back out. They're going to see that you tried to send something, so you might as well keep going. And number two, they can hear your passion, excitement, love, and caringness in that voice message. Talking to somebody this weekend, somebody that I've told this 1,000 times, use the voice message. But finally today, this weekend, I think it was yesterday at the Halloween party, she said, I'm ready to use that. You're right. You reminded me that they can hear my passion and my excitement. And her husband was sitting right next to her, and he goes, you are so right. If somebody would have messaged me about this and used that voice messenger, and I heard them, you're right. I would have heard their excitement, their passion, and their caringness towards me. That would have got me. Because, Dusty, if you would have sent me a text message, you know what? I can't get any emotion or feeling out of that text message. I'm going to interpret it the way I want it. However I want to read it, I can interpret it. Can I interpret it as you are caring? Sure. Can I interpret it as you're trying to sell me something? Sure. Can I interpret it as I'm another check mark on your list? Absolutely, they can. But if you use that voice messenger, be brave for 20 seconds and get those first few words out, you're going to find more success than you've ever found before. But, guys, if you get a no, I want you to start celebrating them. And I want to tell you why. Because for every no, we've always said you're going to find some yeses, right? But I want you to look at it this way. When you get a no, you celebrate it, because why? You've planted a seed. Those first reach outs, when you let people know about what you're doing, or you're reaching out because they said that they have a health issue or a money problem or whatever, and they say no, you've planted that seed. They're going to think about it, because we all know that it takes, 5 to 12 exposures before somebody comes on. Yes, don't take that like you're going to never get a yes on the first try, because I've gotten yeses on the first try too. But you've got to start celebrating those no's, because you planted that seed, okay? This is why I tell people all the time, you have to work your business in a 90-day structure, and I'll tell you exactly why. Some of you know this, some of you don't. If you work your business in a 90-day structure, you will always have success, and it is because the first 30 days you're reaching out to a bunch of new people, and you're planting those seeds. You're getting those no's, but you're going to celebrate them because you're planting the seeds. The next 30 to 60 days, you're going to be loving on those people, watering those seeds, following up with them, and reminding them why you reached out. Okay? Some of them might be ready to harvest at that point in time. Some of them won't. But if you follow up again and love on them again from day 60, day 90, you're going to find that those seeds have been planted, watered, cared for, and they are going to start to bloom, and you're going to harvest them like crazy. And you don't have to take my word for it. I've had a lot of success with 90-day structures. I'm not the only one. You can go onto YouTube and you can type in 90 days to success, and you are going to find a massive list of people that talk about these 90-day structures, and they're going to tell you the exact same thing that I just told you. So just remember, celebrate the no's. Only have to be brave for 20 seconds. plant the seeds, water the seeds, harvest the seeds in a 90-day structure. And each time you're more and more consistent with every day, that comfort zone starts to expand and you get more and more confident. Some of you are probably sitting here saying, but I still feel like I don't know enough. It's not an excuse for me, because the best way to get good at something, or the best way to learn something, is to teach it to somebody. Are you going to teach somebody about Plexus? About the products? About the compensation plan? You bet you are. And the more you do it, the more confident you get with it. I can tell you that right now. In the beginning, Tammy did a lot for me. She did a lot of meetings for me and pointed me in the direction of things. And then there was a day where she said, I'm busy. I love you, but I'm busy. She had a life outside of my Plexus business, and she kind of booted this little bird out of the nest. And I either had to learn to fly or I was going to sink. And I chose to fly. Why? Because of my little boys and because I was not going to let something stop me. For the first time in my life, I wasn't going to give up. I loved the products. I was going to take them. Why not share them? Because even from day 10, when I really fell in love with the products, that's when I seen the biggest change in myself, to where I am today. Why not share? Because whether it took me 10 days or 4.5 years to be successful, I was going to use the products anyways. So why not keep sharing? Because what if it took me 4.5 years to find my rock star? What if it took me 2 weeks to find my rock star? It doesn't matter how long it takes. You're going to use the products anyways because you have a love and a passion for them. So why not stay consistent and just grow and grow more each and every day? Let's see here. I talked to you guys about the 90 days, talked to you about not letting the hard things stop you, because I believe that every time I felt the fear, every time I got the notion that, oh God, this day's just been busy, I'm not supposed to do this because I'm just taking this as a sign that this is not my day to do it. That is the devil getting in the way. Push past it and do it, because you will feel very successful. And what are we talking about when we say, do our things? The action stack that's in this group that you guys have all printed out, that's the reach outs and the follow-ups are the number one things to do. What happens on the days in my 90-day, go around that I just don't feel great? Because we all have days where we get up and we just don't feel like it that day. Well, action is the best cure for that, right? But there is something that I do every day to help motivate myself and really, really push me to do something every day. And it's because I get up every day and I watch a motivational video, 5-10 minutes. And I don't know what it does for me. It may not be your answer. You might need to read in your book or whatever. But for me, it's those motivational videos. It just sets me on fire to have somebody talking and sharing in my ear that, success is possible for those who don't give up. And so that kind of fills me up to say, you know what? No, it is not okay to say, oh, I'm just off today, I'm going to take the day off. Now, I won't say you can't ever take a day off, because that's why we do this. We want to have a day or two if we need to with our family. That's okay. But it doesn't mean take a week off here, work our business a week, take 2 weeks off here, work our business a week, because that's not consistency. This is all about consistency, guys. So I get up and I watch a motivational video. So this week, I'm going to share a daily post with some things that are going to push you guys outside your comfort zones. I'm going to challenge you to do stuff that I do during the week. So I want you to know that everything that I share this week is things that I'm going to be doing right alongside you. Those of us that are helping host this group, this is not something that we just give you and expect you to do without us doing it. I want you to understand we work right alongside you. We're not above you. We are alongside you, because this is a team. This is a team effort. What they say, if we all don't row the boat, ain't nobody getting anywhere, right? So this week, I'm going to push you a little bit to do some things that you may not want to. I know Tammy did an absolutely outstanding job on giving you guys some tasks when she did this. Loved what Kelly did. Loved the vulnerability stuff that Aaron worked on with us this week. So I'm going to kind of tie all 3 of them in to some challenges that are really going to push you guys outside your comfort zones. We're talking about possibly making some live videos. We're talking about doing some voice messaging for those of you that haven't done that yet. But most importantly, I want you to take a little time tonight. If you've not done this, this is something I always tell my team to do. On one day out of the week, and I usually say, on Sunday nights or whatever, plan your week. This is something that it's not just me that does. We had the pleasure of listening to John Maxwell this weekend at Leaders Retreat. And he was saying that you need to create that plan, because if you're just thinking about what you're going to do in the week, you're not going to do it because you haven't written it down. You haven't followed out through that with that plan. So I am going to make a post after this call tonight, and I'm going to ask you guys to share what your plan is for the week. Do you have your 10, 20, 30, 40 people written down that you're going to contact each day? If you are structured a little bit, you don't have to be incredibly structured, but if you say, I'm going to contact these 5 people Monday, these Tuesday, these Wednesday, these Thursday, and then I'm going to follow up with X amount of people on Friday, it gives you a plan to say, okay, I've got 15 minutes here, or I've got 20 minutes here. I'm going to grab my voice messenger, and I'm going to send this quick message to say, hey, Jessica, this is Dusty. You've probably seen my Plexus post. You see how I absolutely love the products. Would you have 5 or 10 minutes this week that we can talk real quick? That's all you have to do, guys. They're either going to say yes or no, and we're going to celebrate the no's, because if they came back and say that they're busy, hey, no problem. Let me just follow up with you next week and see if you have time then. All right? People are genuinely nice. In the last 4.5 years, I have never had somebody scream at me and tell me to go away. Everybody has been a pleasure and nice, even if they said, no, I really am not interested and I'd rather you didn't message me. Hey, they were nice about it, and I'm still here, right? So we have to remember that. So every day this week, I want you guys to celebrate your no's on the posts that I put up. I will put that in the bottom there to remember to say, hey, I got X amount of no's today, but guess what? I'm going to celebrate it because I've planted those seeds. I want you guys to put comments on each daily post. Your successes too. Hey, I got a yes. All right? So celebrate the no's. We're going to celebrate the yeses. We're going to share our goals on the post I'm going to put tonight. So I want this group to be very interactive. I want you to show us what you're doing, because we want to celebrate with you. We are a family, and families push each other to greatness, guys. So remember, I'm going to make the post tonight. You're going to share with us your goals and your plan so that you can be structured to utilize that 15, 20, 30 minutes, or if you get an hour each day, whatever it is that's your structure, I want you to give us the plan tonight. And then each daily post will have some challenges, but I want you to remember to celebrate the no's, celebrate the yeses, and any other successes you have, because it is important. You may not think that it will fuel your fire, but honestly, it will. Because the minute you write, hey, I got 4 no's today, but I'm okay, I'm going to celebrate those, there's going to see some people that are going to chime in and say, good job. And it's going to motivate you to message that many more people or double the people the next day, because you're going to want to push through to get those successes. So let me see if I'm missing anything. I guess that's every major thing that I wanted to hit on tonight. So I hope you've gained some good out of it. I can see here, Tammy commented something very sweet. I love you, Tammy. Thank you. Mona's saying that she watches a motivational video of her favorite things to do while she's on the treadmill. Les Brown. Okay, y'all, Les Brown is amazing. Love his videos. He can just fire me up like no other. So you're right, Mona. That it's such a good thing. Whenever you're doing something and you get that motivational thing started every day, it just sets your tone for the whole day, guys. Truly does. Truly sets your tone for the whole day. So we're going to push through some fears this week. We're going to not let the excuses get in the way, right? We're not going to let our busy work schedule get in the way, even on the days that we've had the worst day, because I get that it happens. My life is so not perfect. I run against obstacles more than anybody I probably know. I've had more opportunities or reasons to quit than I've ever talked to anybody about, because people are like, my God, I can't believe you stuck with it all these years, and you've run into all those obstacles. But you know what? For every obstacle I've run into, I've had 2 or 3 successes. So obstacles, really, you just push through them and you just deal with them day by day. That's the one thing that I can tell you guys. If you'll push through them, you will be blessed because you didn't give up. You didn't. So we're going to encourage you to do a lot of messaging. Like I said, we're going to encourage you to be very vulnerable and share a lot of personal successes, victories, stories over the next week, because vulnerability will get you more reaction when you're talking to people versus just like salesy posts. So there's going to be a lot of fun stuff this week. Does anybody have any questions or anything that they'd like to share at all? Please tell me I didn't confuse you. No, Tamara's saying no. Sissy, did you get anything out of tonight? Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It's always good, to hear other people's struggles, and sometimes it does get frustrating to have. I'd rather somebody tell me no than just not answer me at all. And I do get a lot of those that you message people and you see that they read it, but they don't say yay or nay, or
right.
So that's kind of frustrating.
Right. Let's just talk just a minute, because I got a couple of minutes left. So that's a good point. What do we do when somebody has seen it and never commented back or whatever? Let's remember to give people grace, because why? People get busy, right? Just like you and I, we have crazy busy days and things happen. I can tell you, there's been a lot of times somebody has messaged me and I've looked at it, but I've been crazy busy, or my phone rings, or my kids do something that draws my attention away, or my husband, or a dog, or a horse, whatever's out there has distracted me, because I have a lot of squirrel moments. And I forget to message them back. Sometimes it takes me a couple of days. Sometimes I forget, and I want them to message me back. So whenever you get that scene, I want you to give people grace and say, hey, you know what? I know you're crazy busy and life gets in the way. So I just wanted to follow back up with you and make sure that you've seen this and see if I can't answer anything else for you. So remember to give people grace, because none of us are perfect and we have imperfect days all the time. So sometimes, yes, they've seen it and they're fearful of messaging you back. But if you come back very nicely in a voice message and say, hey, you know what? I get that you're crazy busy. I just wanted to follow back up with you because I'm really excited to talk to you. Or, hey, I remember you telling me that you suffered from migraines, and I just had to share this story with you about my friend who had gotten some great results with it. Always put something a little heartfelt, connecting with them, so that they can see that you truly care and that they're not a number. But I just really want to remember to give people grace that haven't responded, because what if that was the reason, and what if that simple message to follow back up with them is the key. I won't say that I haven't ever had anybody that no matter how many times I've sent them something, they still won't reply. That's okay. But you want to know something? They've never told me no. So I'm still planting those seeds. I've had people join me after 3 years. This is why we don't give up, and this is why we stay continually going forward, because people have told me in the past, you know what, Dusty, I joined you this X amount of time later because I watched you never quit. Never quitting gives you a credibility that a lot of people will never have. Sad to say. What is Brooke saying? I just had a customer and 2 ambassadors sign up that I had messaged 2 years ago and they never messaged back. It's definitely a seed planting. Exactly right. Anybody else have anything else they want to share? Krista, she said that she's heard about the 90-day structure, but never heard it put that way before. Right. I mean, it's all in the way somebody words it. Maybe the way I worded it really resonated with somebody tonight. Maybe I didn't. And maybe somebody else's wording will work. But 90-day structure is just killer every time. It will get you everywhere. Let's see here. What else? Mona said, I had talked to a potential in June that flat out said, no, don't talk to me again. Well, she sent me a message on a post. I did, and she's ready to join next month. No doesn't always mean no. What has Tammy taught me all these years? No might mean just not right now. So exactly right. Good job, Mona. All right, so it has been 30 minutes. I'm going to let you guys get back to your families. Be watching. I'm going to put that post up here in just a minute for you guys to share what your goals are for this week and what you plan to do. We want to see it. We want to fire it up. Tag your people in it. Explain to them why you tagged. That's the other thing I want to say. If you have team members that are in this group, don't just tag them. Okay, tag them and then send them a private message and say, hey, I tagged you in this post because I want you to share your goal and your plan this week. I'm excited. I just shared mine. Let's do this together. That's something that I have learned. People say, you know what, you tagged me in something, but I wasn't really sure what that was. So I've learned over time, hey, I'm going to tag them. And if it's something really important, I'm going to message them why I tagged them and what we're going to do. So guys, I'm ready for a fabulous week. Let's break some comfort zones. Let's stay consistent. Let's push this challenge as long as we possibly can. And we're going to see some great things happen. All right. It was fun to talk to y'all tonight.
Thanks, Misty.
You're welcome.